Okay. Dan who? Dan double you. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands at my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews, as always. Can you tell I'm stressed? As always, my name is Dan. Do we make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Relax, everyone relax. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. This isn't the third time I've done this intro to nobody. Hopefully there is someone watching this time. Damn tech issues. Welcome to another Thursday night live stream. It's the one time, it's literally the last stream before I go on holiday, right? So I'm off on a stag do tomorrow. I'm off to Crete next week. I'm trying to wrap up work. I'm trying to set up my out of office. I'm literally trying to wrap up everything. But I did not want to stream. And then today I have tech issues. Fucking today. God's sake. Luckily for me, I'm not here on my own. I've got someone to help calm me down, help relax me. Hopefully you can see and hear him. Fingers crossed. It is the super substitute co-host. It is, of course, Jay from Jay's Toy Collection UK. Jay, how are you doing? I wouldn't know because I've not asked you that already today. So how are you? Tell me, please.
Hello, everybody. This is not the third time I've said this, but I am not Rich M, and I am not the White Stall in disguise. It is Jay here, and I have come in, as I say, my little Dwight disguise, the super substitute co-host. We saw Dwight Stall on Legends and Liquor last week, and he's turned up again in my disguise, and this time he's even brought Giant Man with him, but again, it's a substitute version, so he has shrunk down a little. The Rich M tributes are everywhere. Jubilee is behind me, so I had to rep Rich. I've even got the Jubilee on the bottle, so I'm sure he's in the chat wondering what we're doing on at 8:45. But technical issues. The super producer takes a week off. It goes to pot, ladies and gentlemen. It goes to pot.
I know. Now people know the real brains of the operation. When Rich isn't here, things go wrong. Shout out Rich, who I think is already in the chat, saying that he's had dinner, drank 3 cocktails of vodka, and we're still not live. Yeah, frustratingly, me and Jay did the first 15 minutes of the show until we noticed that no one could see or hear us. So we tried again, and it still didn't work. So I literally ran downstairs, unplugged my internet, reset my computer, unplugged hard drives, but sometimes it's just Streamlabs. It's just the server that messes up. So for anyone in the replay, you won't even know anyway. It makes no difference to them. But for the people that are here live and trying to participate and engage with us on this Sunday, on this Thursday afternoon, I appreciate you. Thank you for bearing with us and sticking with us. Let's go through the housekeeping, and then I can say hello to these beautiful people. First and foremost, go and check out all the long form content on the channel. Lots of very professional, non-technical issue shows on the channel. Dan Who Live every single Thursday, Legends and Liquor every other Sunday, and then Turtles and Tea with the Super Turk 5000, and Joe's and Juice with Mark Tac and Mini Plastic Multiverse Tom will return in October. I promise you, when I have a little bit more time on my hands, those shows are coming back. If you want to contribute to the nonsense, then please do. It makes me feel better. Anything over £4 or $4, Friday will read out your comment. Not only are you contributing to the channel, you're contributing to the stream, you're getting your opinions and thoughts heard, you interrupt the show, and it forever lives on the replay history. Be a part of the show and support the channel. Thank you so much. Hit that join button, and if you hit that join button at the Who Crew Deluxe tier, then you may, or you will, be able to join us straight after the show for probably another technical mess. Now, this show is going to be delayed just a little bit. Usually we do this at 9:30, which isn't too far away. So that show may be delayed. So if anyone wants to stay up a little bit late with me and Jay, we will be there. That's where we'll be after this show, straight to the Dan Who Extra after show, where I will give you the real behind the scenes of why we were late. It's nothing to do with tech issues. It was really something else, but I can't disclose it here. So we'll save that. Let's go and say hello to the chats then, Jay, shall we? Let's go and see who these beautiful people are that stayed with us during the issues. I'm going to go right to the top. Right to the top, I can see Phil Jones. Phil Jones, shout out Phil Jones, who's helping me organise a stag do right now in Cardiff for my friend tomorrow. So he's giving me loads of locations. So that's where I'll be tomorrow in Cardiff. Paul McCarthy, Greg Finstad, The Fossil, Jamie Gishard, Legion X, which is Rick, who joined us on the Legend of the Liquor this week. Lady Mac says pesky gremlin ducks. Yeah, absolutely. Chadwick, Damien Ristori, Mark Rose, Figure Cave Collectibles, which is your friend and ours, Batman. It is really Batman, honestly. Mike Hex, Fortress Maximus, Omar V, Taylor. There's the Super Circ. He just kept saying really. Every time I said there was an issue, he just kept going, really? He was clearly just copying and pasting. Greg Finstad, Jason Lopez, Outlaws, Jelly Figs, Cloud Foxwell, Kurt K, The Cute Cult, The Wolfpack Toy Review says yo, yo, yo. JC, I'm trying to just catch names I haven't seen. Eddie Rodriguez, thank you. There's Mini Plastic Multiverse. There's Rich M. There's some more people. Look at all these beautiful names. Let's just start talking, Jay. Let's just start talking. Finally, show. Let me just guzzle some of this back to relieve my stress.
You have some of this. I will tell people what I was doing during the first show that you never saw. Thank you to Mark Tac, who sent me a link, because the Cobra Eel finally made it onto Kapow Toys. So I managed to get myself a Cobra Eel in all the technical difficulties. Cobra Eel's finally coming to fight Torpedo in my bathtub. So thank you to Mark for sending the link out at the start of the show there.
Hopefully, if everything's working now, Jay, I can actually show people what the hell is going on. I think in the time that has happened, I know he's still in stock. Okay, so let's have a quick look, shall we? Let's go to the Cobra Eel. So this is on kapowtoys.com. The Eel is an Amazon exclusive in the US, but in the UK, it's on Kapow apparently. Otherwise, it would have been a Pulse exclusive, those damn Pulse exclusives. So, if you want a Cobra Eel, it's on Kapow right now, and they're going for like triple the money on eBay. So don't feed the scalpers, people. Obviously, this is a little bit pricier because it's import stock, but still, you're supporting an independent who has outsourced these figures that are meant to be exclusives to make them more available to the wider market. So I don't mind giving Kapow a few extra quid for doing the good work. Crimson Vipers are always as brand new as well, and I swear I just seen Big Ben as well. Is Big Ben here? Let me go to my search bar. I know Big Ben was another.
Wonder if he sold out. I think Big Ben became the most popular review on my channel. Actually, it's had more views than anything. It's a Big Ben in the Range Viper.
UK repping Big Ben is still in stock. Again, a little bit higher price point, but remember, in the UK, all GI Joes are supposedly meant to be Pulse exclusives. So technically, you're fighting the system here by supporting Kapow Toys, the independents, which we're absolutely fine with because none of us agree with them being Pulse exclusive. It makes no sense. It's out of order, so support the independents and get these figures in your hands.
The stress they caused me with this stupid exclusive line, because I decided to go and see The Flash the night the Cobra Eel dropped, and that was worth it, wasn't it, really? Sort of 3 months of trying to find an eel to watch the bloody Flash, the thrilling film that turned out to be. But the fact that it's Pulse exclusive now is just, it is a proper pain. So at least some of the independents like Kapow are still managing to get some of these in on import and literally give us a second chance, because that thing probably didn't even last 30 minutes when it first came to the Pulse stock.
Yeah, and it as I said, it goes for like triple the money on eBay. I've seen them go for just under £100, so people get itchy, but don't feed them. Support the independents. Cloud in the chat has said, check your Hasbro pre-orders, kittens. Lots of stuff from Black Series Legends and Classified moved up to next week. So yeah, that happens occasionally in the UK as well, but UK release dates and US release dates are never synced up. They're always quite different. And that leads me perfectly onto what today's topic was supposed to be. And it still is, of course. We just might have to skim through it a little bit quicker. Now, because I'm not here for the next week, I actually missed PulseCon. I'm not going to be here to recap any of the reveals or anything. I might send Jay a video to play on his live stream, but I'm not going to be live on this channel. This channel is going to be on rest mode for the next week or so, probably about 10 days, to be honest, which is probably the longest gap of content I've had in over 4 years, which is crazy. But it's a well-deserved break, I'm sure you'd agree. So, yeah, PulseCon, this is my last chance to talk about it, and I have thoughts. I have some thoughts, I have some ideas, and I have some wants for what we shall see. So today, me and Jay are going to go through the brands here, because I sort of plugged this to nobody earlier, but obviously Hasbro collects, well, do a lot of lines. So does this man here. He just posted a video yesterday showing you every single toy line he collects. Can anyone want to throw some guesses in the chat, okay? How many individual unique toy lines do you think that my good friend Jay here collects, okay? So he's got a video up, so if you've seen the video, you're cheating. But I want to know, how many individual toy lines do you reckon he collects in his collection room? On display as well. This ain't like in a box hidden away for no one to see. These are individual, unique toy lines on display in his collection room. I do not have enough hands and toes to count, by the way, so that's a hint for you.
It's definitely a few. We'll see if anybody gets the exact number. Let's prove who's watched the video then.
Yeah. We'll see. But it's an interesting watch. So along with that, Hasbro, it's not just Legends, obviously Star Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joes, Power Rangers apparently, but we're all very curious what they're going to show. We do think we know what they're going to show actually, but it's annoying that sort of Lightning Collection lines going on rest mode as well for the foreseeable future. To be fair, my Lightning Collection Remastered were meant to arrive today, and they're not here. Where's the Yodel man at? Do I have to yodel out the window or something? I'm going to end up with a Domino's pizza at my door or something. What is going on with that? I need to check my...
check in. I've had a full day of Toddy Mac. He's absolutely... he's impounded the toy collection again today as Toddy Mac. I must have had about 10 things from Todd.
It says my delivery. So this is my Power Ranger Remastered pink, red and green. It says they're out for delivery anytime between 18:50, which is 10 to 7, and 10 to 9. So we might have a live delivery on the show. You can't even see it. There you go. So they are due. So if the door knocks or I hear my doorbell go, Teddy's not in. So
it is 10 to 9 as we speak. So they
What?
are due literally this very second. So
best hurry up. Because I'm not here tomorrow, you see. I can't hide them from Amanda. So yeah, I hope they hurry up because pink, red, and green, and that means I've got the whole team. I've got the whole team remastered. Is it going to be worth it? Probably, to be honest. But we're going to talk about that. And again, PulseCon. Let's play the little video here if it will load for me. Let me put it on mute so they don't mind. But yeah, PulseCon, lots going on. There's a couple of familiar hosts from the YouTube community. I do like that they do that, by the way. I do like how they bring people in that actually collect and know their stuff about toys. Shoes, another UK guy, big Transformers guy as well. And then I think everybody knows who Dan is from Toy Galaxy. Or they're not even called Toy Galaxy anymore, are they? They're called
Secret Galaxy now. Galaxy, okay. Few's got a hell of a beard on him, isn't he? He's putting my beard game to shame.
Well, his beard's odd because he doesn't have a mustache. It just lets the beard grow round and just shaves the mustache. Very odd choice, but it works. He rocks it. He makes it work. Okay, what are these brands here? That's what I wanted to pause on. So Power Rangers, as I said, probably going on ice. G.I. Joe, I'm thinking we may see an actual prototype of the why is my mind gone blank, Jay? I'm stressed on Streamlabs.
The
Vamp, thank you. Yes, Vamp. Transformers as well. What else is there? Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons. Me and Jay know so much about these. We don't want to blow your minds with our knowledge.
We can't wait to get you on those. And don't forget your Vamps might be £45 if Cheeky Monkey Kiara's nailed the price on that one.
Star Wars and Legends as well. Oh, look at that. That's Rich. This is what happens when Rich drinks vodka. He gets very, very generous. He's off on holiday. So Rich is on his holidays right now. And he's just gifted 5 channel memberships. So the super producer, the super co-host, he isn't even here. And he is still positively contributing to the channel. Thank you very much, Rich. They're going to pop up on the screen now. That's X. So Twitter itself is become a channel member. Whoever you are, X, you are now a channel member. And there's a few more that are going to roll up on the screen as we go. So yeah, me and Jay are going to go back and recap some of them. And there are some exclusives. But before we do that, I just wanted to check on Giant Man, if you don't mind. So let's give it a refresh while we're live here. Let's go down. So Giant Man.
Uncanny, the resemblance to this one. Uncanny. Shout out Hill Phones for getting these bad boys from Vegas, because I don't think Hasbro Pulse UK bought these ones in, so that was a bit of a cock up on their part.
Straight from Vegas. Right, I'll wait for these channel memberships to pop up, but it was X, Robert Thompson, the Wolfpack, Miguel with a channel membership, Eddie Rodriguez as well, and also Frankie. So please, if you're in the chat, make sure you send a massive thank you to Rich M. And there are like 4 episodes of The Inner Circle on there. Go and check out an Inner Circle. I think we're due an Inner Circle very soon, actually. 3rd quarter Inner Circle's got to be coming up, right? Be end of September, wouldn't it, really, technically?
Yeah, we've only got, I suppose
Yeah.
it is.
So I guess I'm gonna have to do an inner circle in October. So it's a good time to become a channel member, because the inner circle is like that open forum where you could be a channel member at any level and just get involved. It's like just a party. It's just an online virtual party, and we play some stupid games. So become a channel member, and in the next 30 days I will do an inner circle. Amanda's away actually. When's she away? Away in October. No, I don't know. Maybe I can't make that work. Maybe, we shall see. But anyway, thank you very much, Rich. You're too kind. Now, Giant Man is on 4,552 with nearly 40 days to go. I still think he's going to make it, but I do think the buzz is going to die down without any new tiers or anything, or there's nothing to build towards. Like, I don't think the hype is there for a scroll and a zombie head. So I do think FOMO will get people, and as we get closer, it will back. I have confidence in that. I do think it will back fully as well. I just think it's going to move very, very slowly. Very slowly. So, yeah. What about you, Jay? You still thinking it's going to get backed?
Yeah, I'm still pretty confident it's going to get back. But as you said, we've reached the sort of first week lull now, haven't we? We've had the first 2 or 3 days where your numbers comes in. There seems to be a pattern. I think the Brian Brink charts that Geek Dad Life always shows always track it this way. You have a big spike at the top. Now we're literally going to probably get 3 weeks where it's going to be between 50 and 100 people a day. So this will just toodle along to probably about 7 or 8,000, and then in the last week we'll probably double that, and probably I think we'll end up probably in about the 16,000 region, I would think. So I think we will get everything unlocked. Again, I don't really care about the add-ons. I'm just happy to have a Giant Man for less than £200, really. So that's
Yeah.
look at me with a less than £200. Not very much less, but at least it's less. So I was thinking about 300. So
just think how much money is behind this man right now. Look at let's count those Mondo prices just behind him. So yeah, I think this man is okay with the Giant Man price. Let's just say that. Right. Well, I wanted to mention that Ryan Ting did come on, like made a surprise run-in on Legends and Liquor. So if you haven't watched this week's Legend and Liquor, please do. Now, I should have went full screen on Ryan, but I'm an idiot and didn't realise. But Ryan was live at, where was it? It was D23, wasn't it, in America? But because D23 this year, because there's still a big strike going on in Hollywood, it only really focused on the parks and whatnot. So there wasn't really any movie buzz or anything like that. So Ryan was there promoting some Marvel Legends 60th anniversary. He had some downtime. He seen we were live on Sunday morning. And the show's called Legend the Liquor. So he was like, let me in. I was like, of course I will let you in. I hesitated for a moment. I was like, do we want Ryan Ting on a Legends and Liquor show? But then I thought, you know what? Probably a good idea. So yeah, Ryan Ting jumped on with Legends and Liquor and spoke to us for a good 30 minutes. Like, it was a nice chat. It wasn't usually when I get the opportunity to speak to the Hasbro guys, it's like there's like a PR guy behind the scenes, and I've got pre-approved questions, and I still try and make it a fun conversation, but it is quite formal. Where this was just Ryan coming on, having a chat, and I let the guys that are on ask questions, including Rush, because I'm a nice guy like that. So it was a good time. So please go and check out Legend and Liquor, and some fun tidbits. We asked Ryan, I told Ryan about wanting a figure with it, and he sort of gave us some big hints at the obvious choices, like a Wasp and a smaller version of Giant Man, just like Jay's little Ant-Man there were the obvious choices. He never outright said yes, guaranteed they're coming, but he definitely was sort of suggesting that they are the obvious choices. Now remember, if this gets funded, it won't even be here for another year. Just think how many Marvel Legend figures we are going to get within that space of the year. Do you know what I mean? Plenty of opportunity to get a Yellow Jacket, a new Wasp, a smaller Ant-Man. So we just got to make the campaign get backed now. So be a slog, but I do think it will happen. But go and check out Legend and Liquor. Ryan's chatting away. Some interesting tidbits. We did try and get out of him, would there be an extra tier as well? So if you want to see his thoughts, go and check that out. It was very cool of him to pop in while we were live. Very nice surprise for Legend and Liquor. So, all right, let's get into some PulseCon stuff, shall we? And we can start off with the actual exclusives. Now, do you know what all the exclusives are?
I believe, well, I know the Marvel one, and I know the one for what brand name I now just can't think of. G.I. Joe, that's it. Okay, so well, I know two.
Okay, let's talk about them.
The others I don't.
I've got a couple. So Hasbro send out their little press pack with some pictures and whatnot. So I've actually got a couple of pictures to show. So first we have Detroit Steel. Now we did see this at the breakfast at San Diego Comic-Con. Didn't really cause much hype, to be completely honest, as it is a relatively new character in the comics. I was unfamiliar with the costume design, and to be honest, I just think it's creative reuse of the Ironmonger build. It's not even a builder figure, is it? The Ironmonger that came with Phil Jones in that 2-pack. So I understand why they've used it. It makes sense. I've got the pieces in the library, and if it's accurate to the comics, and fair game. But this is actually a Marvel Legends exclusive. I have zero intentions of picking up currently. So, yeah, it looks like the Ironmonger painted with the Iron Patriot colours. Like, do you know what I mean? You could put a Norman Osborn head on there and make your own weird storylines. But I have zero attachment to the character design. And, I don't know. I've got no buzz about this one at all. For me personally, only speaking for myself. Maybe if I had some context of the story or the design, I'd have a different opinion. But currently, right now, it's a long game for me. Of course, I love Legends, so if I get the opportunity to pick them up at a cheaper price point, I'm more likely to. But right now, I'll be watching this one sail by. What about you, Jay?
Oh, well, you've shocked me there. I thought you've just got me in absolute shock. You're not going to buy it. That's
there's so much coming out the end of this year. We've got the X-Men 97. We've got the Marvel Knights Wave, which I have an opportunity to get this weekend. But I'm not here. I'm not fucking here. So MCU Collector's going to beat me again. Damn you, Brian. But yeah, I could have Marvel Knights in my hand this weekend. But I'm on holiday for a week. So like, I've had to say no, do you know? So that is X-Men, and X-Men's been pushed up in America as well. Some people are expecting them from GameStop next week. So it's going to be one of those months, October or the end of September, where you're going to get Marvel Knights, X-Men, and then maybe a potential wave revealed at PulseCon that we might see at the end of the year. So it's one of them where I have to pick and choose in a minute, Jay. I have to pick and choose.
Yeah, well, in terms of me on this, yeah, I'm going to let it sail on by as well, because until they showed this it was on the SDCC breakfast. I think they first had this out for the people that were going there. The breakfast you could have gone to, but would have been quite an expensive breakfast to get that flight probably to get over there. But yeah, no, I know nothing about the character until I decided to use the Google machine before the stream so I could have something intelligent to say.
Maybe you can tell something. I didn't bother because I was stressing with Streamlabs. So tell me something I didn't know, Jay.
Well, I thought it was associated with Justin Hammer, but according to Wikipedia, no, it's Justine Hammer. It's Justin Hammer's daughter that has created this suit, this sort of anti-Iron Man suit here, using the US colours in like in a non-patriotic way, I think, an ironic way, let's say, in the same way the lyrics of Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA is not really a positive United States anthem. So the irony is all over this figure because it is an evil villain character. There is also a second version I learned later on, which I believe is Sasha Hammer, which is Justin Hammer's granddaughter. That's apparently her father was the Mandarin as well, so that was a bit of a shock to me. And there is a completely second later on design, which is a very different looking design than this. So potentially there could be another reuse on this one, and you could have the more updated version.
Apparently, there's
without that
Lego version as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah, I discovered that in the research as well.
Google is a magical thing, by the way. Google is you should check that website out, everyone. Google.
Yeah, no idea what it is. So yeah, I'm going to happily let it pass on by because it to me it just still looks too much like the MCU Ironmonger. I know it's a kind of a clever reuse to use, but all I see, honestly, is the MCU figure. The same with Punisher when they did the Punisher with the in the Iron Man outfit, they used the War Machine from the MCU, and it just irritated me because to me it was an MCU body, and I can't mix them up. So one, I'm going to happily, and Kiara's just walked in, so she's going to be very happy that I'm going to say, I'm not buying this, dear. I'm moving straight on.
Yeah, it looks similar to the Ironmonger. Like, undoubtedly, it looks similar, but the people in the chat are saying the same. That it's not quite right. They're blurring the lines a little bit, but it's close enough, I suppose. But Dan doesn't like the USA deco, says California Red Devil. Don't be spreading shenanigans. I have nothing but love for my American friends. I just don't have any attachment to this character. That's all it is. Maybe if I read a comic or see something, my opinion will change. But I don't feel like my collection would be missing anything if I didn't have this. Because without the Marvel Legend, I wouldn't even know the character existed anyway. So, but I'm never mad at Hasbro for like doing stuff like this because remember, there's toy lines for all generations, and there's probably kids that are reading comics right now that are familiar with this and like toys. Do you know what I mean? So this one's just not for me, but I'm not mad at it either. It's absolutely fine. So
No, I don't mind learning things through toys and things,
Agreed.
because like last night I read the night before I should say, I read Flashpoint for the first time from DC, but I'd seen all the figures before, so putting the figures now to the story made me want to go and buy more figures. So I went on eBay and bought the rest of the wave, but we'll not talk about that.
Yeah, no, I like discovering. Like, I do not know every single Marvel character. There's a lot of characters that come out that I have to do my research on, but I enjoy that aspect of collecting. I'm like, who's this guy? Let me learn about him. What storylines is he in? Then I go and read a comic, and like, I love that element of collecting. It's part of it all for me. Is the world building aspect, learning new characters. So again, it just on this occasion, I don't really have much. Any energy about me to go and check it out right now, but maybe I'll backtrack. I don't know, but it is an exclusive, so it's one of them where it's like, okay, not a problem, not for me, that's fine. So Detroit Steelers out there, anyone in the chat via hit and miss, because that's the easiest way for me to see this, sort of gauge the interest on this, but via a quick hit and miss in the chat if you are near a keyboard. Are you in on this? Hit or miss, please. Let's have a quick look and we'll see the chat light up with hits or misses. I'm going to start with a miss. And again, you know me, I don't like to be negative. I need to stop using the word negative, because those negative and positive are two words that are thrown around too much in this community. You're allowed to have different opinions. It's fine. It's fine. On this occasion, it's just not for me. That's all. Okay, so far, one hit from Rush. Collecting Rush. Rush wants it. So far, everybody else is miss. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is literally shut the bed, isn't it?
It's just Rush. Oh no, wait. Tanner's getting it as well. Tanner says hit for more Hall of Armor in the sale. So he's waiting for the sale anyway. So he's not even going to pre-order it either, or buy it or whatever. Yeah. Mike Hex, right? I like you, Mike. But why'd you have to say skip? The game's hit or miss. Hit or miss. Come on now, Mike. Come on now. Play along. Cool says 999, which is a callback to a German joke, because me and Rich kept going 999, and just ridiculous. So that proves that Cute Cool is watching the content. I appreciate that, Cute Cool. I do enjoy a good callback. No one else knows what he's on about, but I do, and that's all that matters. 99999.
I wonder if Matt Fraction's one of Mike Keck's friends that he likes to talk to on there. Tell us why he invented this armor, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
I believe it was a Matt Fraction invention.
Get on older. He knows everybody. Mike's got one of those old school Rolodexes, or just so many contacts in his phone.
It's just scrolling away.
Yeah. Is Shinky Wonky in the building right now?
She has just returned.
Okay,
she went out to do the shopping. She doesn't realise that we haven't been on for that very long, dear. We had technical issues.
Yeah, my bad. I apologise. Abnuggler says way better co-host than who? Boo, Abnuggler, boo! Let's send him back down the well. No, I do.
Their fights continue even in my chat, so it's spread across the YouTube verse as the Abnuggler versus Displayed Once war.
Rich doesn't even mess around. Rich just deletes his comment. Look, people could see that live on the chat. Like, Rich just deletes it straight out.
No, he's been timed out for 300 seconds. This is Sparta.
That's what happens. Look, no, I actually don't hate Abnuggler by any means. I actually quite like the guy. But Rich put it as a clause in his contract when he signed on for a co-host that I have to go along with hating Abnuggler. So 100 likes sends him back down the well, and he can take Craig with him as well. We don't mind. Okay, so what we learned from that is the only two people watching the stream right now that want the Detroit Steel is Tanner when it goes on sale, and also Rush. So there we go, mystery solved. It looks fine. It looks fine. Just not for me at this moment in time. Let's go and look at the next Pulse exclusive. This one I'm not too sure on, Jay.
So, yeah, if this is going to be G.I. Joe, I'm going to agree. This is borderline. I don't quite know what this is. I've ended up doing. It's some form of like
Danhausen. You've been cursed. Very nice.
Very evil.
Yeah. Okay, you can go first on this one then. This is the G.I. Joe, for anyone not knowing, Hasbro Pulse exclusive. It was shown off at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's like I don't know what, it has got a proper name, hasn't it? What's it? Yeah, the Crimson Strike team, which is Baroness, Tomax and Zaymont, so it's the Crimson Twins, of course, and then a new repainted Baroness, but it does seem like she's got a few new parts on her as well. So you would have noticed if you're collecting Joes, there are a lot of Crimson repaints coming out, so you can definitely build a separate subsection of the Joes now, which I know some people like doing. So yeah, Jay, what are your thoughts?
Well, I like the box. I really do like the box artwork, and I think from what Mark Tac said last time on Joe's and Juice about this one, it is based kind of on the IDW comics, the way they've come up with this set. So it's a nice looking set. I really like the box, and I think the red is a really quite a vibrant red they've gone for. So that does look nice, quite metallic on the Baroness, and they really like her hair pieces there. So and
Oh
again,
yeah, I didn't even notice
different,
that. I didn't even
yeah,
notice.
different sort of hair movements and glasses. She's got the round sort of more classic comic book style like glasses as well, and things that look really nice. So I do like the interchangeable face plates in it. So it's not actually heads; it is face plates.
No,
and hair.
no, it's 3 face plates and 2 hairs and 2 glasses. So someone do the math. How many options is that?
So I'm just thinking, if I take the hair off and I take the face off, I'm just going to have this sort of half, I don't know, sort of hole between her head. Then so she's not going to have a face. She's not going to have any hair if I took them both off at the same time. That might look very, very strange. But it's a nice set. And it's a good exclusive, because I don't think it's something you actually need. So if you do miss out on it, I don't think it's going to be a hole in the collection, as you would say. So I think I'm gonna pass on it, because I'm imagining, I don't know what the price is, but I imagine it's going to be at least probably 100. Is it? This is going to be, I would guess.
£100 now. It's got to be 80, 79.99.
Because what was the Vipers?
Let me
was
look.
Like 90, wasn't it? The Vipers was 90.
I've got the press
And this has
email. It might actually say in the press email. It might not say in the press email, but I can have a look.
So it's a good use of repaints, I think. If you want to do a repaint, this is a nice one. So it is a nice set. I like the gold. I think it would look good on the shelf. It's just, do I have the space? No. And I think with some of the big stuff coming, I don't really have the space. So I've already got these characters, so I don't think I need them necessarily again. And I don't really want too much Crimson. I like just having the Crimson Guard at the moment. So I think I'm going to stay strong and pass on this one. But you'll find out this time next week when it goes up for order.
Yeah, so the chat who said Fortress Maximus says 12 combos, I think. So thank you for doing the quick maths on that. But yeah, 2 head sculpts, 3 faces, and 2 sets of glasses. So multiple combinations. And you know, I always say I like options, so I'm not mad at that at all. But I agree with Jay. It's one of those where we've already had these characters, so it's not like you're missing characters. Now Chuckles, who is also a Pulse sort of, that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that was revealed around Pulse time, I suppose. So that I've just got my invoice for that because I ordered mine from In-Demand Toys. So, and I think they got their import stock this week. So yeah, I've had to hold off on that because I'm on holiday, but I could have Chuckles this weekend as well. What a week for me to go on holiday. What a week. I could have got brand new Legends waves, some exclusives, fucking reported on PulseCon. No.
You're gonna have to have words with Amanda here. You're missing a whole wave, as you say. You're missing your biggest Hasbro event of the year potentially. Shocking, Amanda.
It's not technically. It's not really her fault. I've got my friend's wedding and stag do sandwiched in between, so we were limited to when I could go on holiday. So it's technically his fault. So I'll be having words with him, because I do want a holiday myself. I'm looking forward to cocktails in the warm weather. I've just brought myself an inflatable chair and a I didn't even know you could get these, like a portable battery powered charge it for blowing it up. So I was like, an electric fucking portable pump. I'm in. I'm going to wild annoy everybody. Everyone's going to be relaxing by the pool, and then I'm going to turn up, brand new, white as anything, and then plug in this thing that's going to go. Everyone's trying. Oh, funny. I'm going to go get it. And
we need an Instagram live of you floating in the sea, seeing if you can get some 4G in the sea.
Yeah,
lots of price guesses in the chat.
Okay.
Has that press release answered the question?
No price on the press release. No price, annoyingly. Mini Plastic Movie says 90. Damien says 75. Bring Toys to Works is probably be 84.99 or 899999999. Bloody Germans are back at it. California Red Devil says this is No Way Home trio price. Oh dear, that's how much was the No Way Home? 99.
That is
99999. I'm offending so many Germans. I'm so sorry. You do say 9 for no, right? Bets on Dan not tanning and turning pink. No, I actually tan okay. I'm just not a sunbather. Like, I find it boring as shit. Do you know, I want to do shit. I want to do stuff. I'm that idiot that's like, do you know on holiday where like, people go around and ask you to do stupid games and everyone's like, leave me alone. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Let's go. Volleyball? Bit of water polo? I'm in. I'm in. Like, and Amanda's like, for fuck's sake. I get bored so easily. I'm like, I need to constantly be doing stuff. So, no, I'll be fine. Amanda will get jealous because she's Irish. So she'll go white with freckles and red, and I'll actually tan okay. So, but we shall see. We shall see. Hopefully the weather stays good. So, I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. This is probably the higher price point end. It has got fancy packaging, but at the end of the day, that's just a gimmick, isn't it? It's not really about the figures. I always said to Mark Tatak and Tom, my co-hosts on Jones and Juice, that I have been buying all the Crimson figures so far. So, like, part of me feels like, I should just get this and then just build out that sub-team, and that could be I could automatically take away all the red figures from my one sort of collection and build a separate collection somewhere else and start building those sub-teams. And red also goes very nicely with the Hiss tank as well, doesn't it? Because the Hiss tank is that red and black, so...
It does.
Yeah.
I believe that started to ship. I've seen some notifications. I don't know if it's real.
No, there were a couple of bullshit ones, because when it first went out, when it first got... went up, there was a couple of error emails that went out, like, and people are just reposting them. So yeah, it's okay. They're not started yet. It's due soon, but it's anything online.
Trouble Bubbles definitely shipping over on the US side. It seems I've seen a lot of chat this week about Trouble Bubbles. So I'd like to get one of those soon.
That got delayed for us in the UK, unfortunately. That's gone to November, I think.
Oh, has it gone back in? We did have a bit of a spout a few weeks ago where it's all coming at once. The G.I. Joe, so we could do with spreading out some of it, but
I think it's sold. They're sold out on here anyway. I think
vanished.
Just typed. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's sold out anyway in the UK, and it is due the 13th of November for us. So yeah, a little while away.
Oh, 2 months nearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad times.
Our US friends have got the jump on us. You've done us in this time.
You damn Americans getting everything first. The Crimson Alley Viper. No, it's the Crimson Viper that's in stock on Kapow, isn't it?
There's Dr. Mindbender. Finally got him after a year, thanks to my great Hasbro Pulse Premium.
I got an extra. I didn't cancel my pre-order for that, so I've actually got an extra one that I've got mint on card at the minute. I'm thinking about selling it to Craig's Nostalgia Collection for triple the price. What do you think?
I think that's fair.
It's fair, isn't it? Very fair.
He did influence me this week. He mentioned about one of those McFarlane Build-A-Figure waves, and I think I found the last one on Comic and Cocktails, so I kind of gazumped him, I think. And
snooze you lose, Craig. One. Snooze you lose. There's the Crimson Viper that's already on Kapow, but it is due on the 19th. What's the next Joe figure that you're actually really looking forward to?
Next, I would like to see Chuckles, because the missus is quite excited about Chuckles, so I think it's Chuckles. One I'm really excited about hasn't actually, it's been kind of announced, but it hasn't gone up for pre-order yet, so we'll probably get to that during the what we'd like to see from Joe's section.
Okay, well,
but let's say Miss Cloud Foxwell's going to be very happy with what I'd like to see.
Oh, I know then. I know straight away. Does it involve boxing gloves?
It does.
It does, yeah. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Chuckles Online is due on the 1st of November, but as I said, Inderman Toys sent me an invoice for my import stock, which I think the price, what was the markup on that, to be fair? I don't think it was that bad. I obviously paid more than I should be, but...
it's about a tenner, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's about a tenner, yeah, to be fair. Okay, Rich in the chat telling Abnugler that his finger slips. Look, you're dealing with Rich, who's had a few vodkas and is on holiday. So Rich is in a great mood. So, yeah, Rich, want to tread carefully around Rich there, Abnugler, because he may get a bit happy with the block button again. Okay, what else? So, yeah, we'll come back to that. The other exclusives, nothing I can really talk to, really. Where am I linked? So, conclusion on the Crimson Strike. I will probably, out of FOMO, get Rich to pre-order it for me while I'm on holiday, to be honest. Just to get it locked in. And because it's on Pulse, you can cancel if you get a little bit... Because do you reckon this will be far away? Is this going to, it ain't going to go straight in stock, is it? This is going to be weeks away, months away.
No, we haven't had Chuckles yet, have we, as from STCC, so I'm probably thinking maybe Christmas time, for this one, You think
might
maybe
be around
3
the same
months
time.
sort of pre-order?
Might be around the same time as Chuckles, because we've seen him and this at the same time, technically, really. So. Dominique with a super chat. Thank you, Dominique.
Dominique Smith donated $4.99. Hopefully you get Detroit Steel first. Dan rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, he's saying hopefully you get Detroit Steel first, knowing damn well that I don't even want it. Sometimes I just to be completely honest with my audience here, because I consider you all friends. When I have the opportunity to get something first, it is as having a Marvel Legends YouTube channel. Let's be honest, I can't escape it. As much as I love other stuff and try and talk about Turtles and Joes and everything, the channel's known for Legends, which I'm fine with. So when I have the opportunity to get something first, even the things I don't want, I do have to consider it. I have to go into deep discussions with my super producers and speak about it, because I'm like, should I, shouldn't I? But to be honest, even a good review on my channel makes about £3. So it's not like I'm not getting rich on YouTube, people, for the record. Getting a review first it's not big bucks. It's not what you think. Like, I guarantee you, if I got the first review on Detroit Steel, I wouldn't even make my money back on it. Like, YouTube doesn't work that way. So sometimes it's not worth it. But when you're trying to grow a channel, sometimes it's worth it just to get a few new eyes on the channel. But at this day and age, like, I'm quite comfortable where I am on YouTube. I think we've built a great network of people, good people, and I'm happy right here. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not stressing about stuff like that. But you just get the Trouble Bubbles first, and we'll go from there. But I do want some Trouble Bubbles, that's for damn sure. I think I had like 4 on pre-order at one point, but I might have cancelled a few of them by now.
I think I've only got one, because I think there was rumours potentially of a repaint, like a.
There'd be a repaint, but it won't be for ages yet. I've went for 2 either side of my Hiss tank, and I was trying to copy Profit's way of displaying them on the Fortnite display stands, but he heavily modded that and glued and snapped stuff, so it's not a simple fix like we assumed. So thank you to Profit, by the way, for hitting me up in the DMs and explaining to me how it worked, because I was like sending him pictures going, do I need to buy this stand? But you had to buy something and then glue and mod stuff, so I avoided it.
I've got the fishing wire ready. I think it's gonna have to be hung from a nail or a screw on the wall. I think
that's
for
a better option.
For the Trouble Bubble.
Right, the Star Wars exclusive. I can't really speak.
I did know that one. I did know there was a Star Wars exclusive. I forgot.
So this is Black Series, so it's 6-inch. So I don't mind speaking about it. Kurt K's our resident 3 3/4-inch Star Wars guy, but it is the Star Wars. Is he Starkiller? Starbase Killer? What's his name?
Starkiller. It's Starkiller and a couple of stormtroopers and a fancy base and box.
Okay, I don't have any. He's not been. He's a game guy, isn't he? He's in games.
He's in Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. He's the character you play in Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. A very, very much wanted figure in the Black Series. This is a top 5. I think most want for a lot of people. So I'm sure people are really happy to have him, but whether they're happy that he's in a box set where you've got to buy 2 stormtroopers and some extra effects, and this one is 110.
Oh wow!
This is a pricey one this time, so I think he'll get a separate. I think if you're patient, you only want Starkiller. You're probably going to have to lose a lot of your accessories, but they'll definitely put him in the main line. There's no way a character as popular as Starkiller wouldn't be in the main line, in my opinion.
Star Wars, you're guaranteed, ain't you? They do it so quickly as well when they do these type of exclusive. You'll probably get them in the next wave. Sometimes it leaks that they're in the wave officially before.
Yeah. This is an example of that very thing. Yeah. So it's the new R2 I've just got on the retro card for the Black Series, and it's already announced for the main wave, isn't it? So it's they just give you both versions all the time. So this is one I'm trying not to really collect the gaming stuff from Star Wars. Now I do own Force Unleashed. On a confession time, don't think I've actually ever played it. Got it on the PS3, and it's probably still sealed. So that's as far as my knowledge goes of Starkiller.
That might be worth money, you know. Sealed games are worth some cash, you know. Definitely know more than me. I don't know anything. I do like it comes with 3 interchangeable heads, lots of interchangeable hands, effect pieces. If you're a fan of this character, shout out Thirsty for Ticken. I know this was a guy that Nick always talked about as being like a dream figure. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of collectors that are happy at the opportunity to get him. But like Jay says, I am very confident he will get a single release as well. They just want to get your money first for the people that get FOMO. But at least it comes with lots of fun accessories to spruce up the display. That is always fun. And Stormtroopers, at least it's a solid army builder. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a fucking Stormtrooper, one of the most iconic army builders in pop culture history. No one's going to be mad at adding some more Stormtroopers to their collection. So it's pricey, but if you're a fan of Starkiller, I do see this set being desirable for sure. So that's the Star Wars exclusive, and there's one more that I got sent pictures on. These are pictures from Hasbro, by the way. Go on.
I can see the Star Wars one being that will be the one that sells out if any of these sell out. I can't see Detroit Steel in a million years selling out. Might do on the Crimson set, but I'm pretty convinced that Star Wars one won't last long. But might be wrong because some of the Cantina sets stuff are exclusive. They didn't. They're still going. They went
On
half
sale
price at some point.
They're on sale.
Yeah,
In-Demand Toys still have one up for sale as well.
It would surprise me if Starkiller doesn't sell out, but we will see next week.
Something else I can't talk much about, unfortunately, is Transformers. Now, it's not to say I don't like Transformers. Like, I've actually got a whole I sit next to a whole shelf of Transformers every single time I stream, all right? I'm just like... But I've got some movie and some thing. Again, this room's a mess at the minute. But I do like Transformers. I am familiar with the characters. But I made that decision just to sort of fill a shelf with some designs and characters I liked, and then step away because it goes very deep. So I have a nice little Transformers representation on the shelf, and that's good enough for me. And I might still occasionally pick up a character design if I really like it. But they've moved into the Legacy line now, so it's a bit all over the place. I was actually quite in on the Siege stuff. That's the Netflix series, isn't it? Siege, that phase 1 of the Netflix show, yeah. So I got some of the Beast Wars stuff as well because that's just nostalgic to me. I love that very, very ahead of its time CGI from back in the day. But the Transformers exclusive this time is an Armada Universe Jolt, which I can't speak to at all. But he looks pretty fun. Looks like he comes with like a little helicopter, little mate that attaches to him. So it looks like a fun set. Any attachment to this, Jay?
Well, if you watch the how many collections do I collect video, we have some good guesses there earlier. I think collection 64 is Transformers on the list, if I remember correctly.
Did anyone get? I'm scrolling up. Did anyone go that high?
Some did. What do we have? I think Tanner and Jamie were in the 70s. 1/6 Shooter, I think, said 19. I can't remember what everybody else said. We had quite a mixed, mixed lot of numbers.
A lot, anyway. It's a lot, people.
Yeah. But I followed the Dan Who rule of just have one shelf as representation, fill it up and move on. So I know absolutely nothing about Transformers. So I've got my favourites from the original cartoon. I do like the 87 movie. So I've gone for Super 7 reaction on Transformers. Get those really cool looking G1 cartoon designs and just have them on the shelf. So it's not Starscream, it's not Soundwave. So that's me out.
Are they your favourites? Yeah.
Yeah, and the rest of them, I ain't got a Scooby really. So yeah, this is a intelligent guest you have on for Transformers. But
no, I'm the same. I'm just going for the exclusives at this point. But yeah, they're the 4 exclusives that Hasbro sent in their press pack. G.I. Joe, Legends, Star Wars, and Transformers. So I think they're the only exclusives that for the convention anyway. And then there's obviously going to be some reveals. But there's a Power Ranger one going around as well. But they're revealing that at PulseCon because they're going to pretend it's the first time that no one's seen it, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can...
Wow, that's the thing I've seen that isn't the thing then. Right.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a picture of that actually, because yeah, it's been basically said in their press pack that they're revealing the Power Rangers exclusive at the convention because they're just going to pretend that it's not already leaked, but it obviously has leaked, and it's from Boom Studios. I don't know these Power Rangers. I'm trying to find an image now. I should have got one up ready, but Streamlabs crashed, so I wasn't prepared. But I'm having a look now. I know I've seen one recently. Here it is. So thanks to In-Demand Toys for putting up some images. Let me throw them on screen. If I go back to this one. So, do you know anything about this, Jay? I can't speak to it. I can only write what In-Demand writ. In-Demand writ that the Omega Rangers 4-pack is not going to be available at the Independent. So it's a Pulse exclusive, annoyingly.
I think it's one you might need if you collect Zordon era, if you say so.
But I don't know these guys.
I think you do.
Okay, live action Zordon.
Oh, okay, there you go. You can. This is comic book, isn't it? So
there you go. Yeah.
Because the Red Ranger, the Black Ranger, and the Yellow Ranger left the original team, didn't they? And then they got recast.
Yeah.
So I think it's something along the lines of when they left. This is what the 3 original Rangers went off to do.
Oh. So
I think
this is
the chat. I'm sure can help us on this one, but that's what I think it is. I think it's the original red,
so it'd
black,
be
and yellow.
Zach, Jason, and is it Trini or Aisha? One of those two.
Yeah, Trini, I think. So I
Yeah.
think they've gone off within the live action. They get recast. So I think this is a story of what happened to them.
Ah.
Might be wrong, but I think it's down that line. And then the greeny looking one's just a random sort of alien ranger because I'm assuming they're off in space. I've read Shattered Grid from IDW, but I think this is what this set is. But I may not be right. I'm sure the chat will know, but this might be one you might end up picking up, son.
Interesting. Sometimes I just look, we're toy fans at the end of the day. Sometimes I buy stuff just because it looks cool, and that's absolutely fine. You're allowed. You can spend your money how you like. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but it looks great. So like, sometimes I spend my money like that. Like I'm sure others
Let's
do.
celebrate. Tariq says I'm right.
Oh, there you go. Congratulations. Congratulations. I never doubted you for 1 second. So yeah, maybe. I don't know. In the chat, what's Rich saying? Rich says this set looks great, but if it's the last Lightning Collection release, it's a shit way to go out. And I completely agree. So it's basically common knowledge at this point that Lightning Collection, even Emily has came out and said from Hasbro that yes, it's going to bed. It's going on ice. They're putting it on ice. So they're not saying never ever again, but they're definitely slowing down with Power Rangers stuff for the minute, because in Hasbro's mind, I assume, again, I'm just making assumptions here, thinking out loud, that I assume that all the big wigs that work for these companies feel like there has to be some type of media to promote and support a product for it to do well. Because I assume stuff like the MCU and Star Wars does really well because there's always media. Power Rangers, not so much, I guess. The Netflix show's going on ice after this next season of is it Wild Force? I don't know what the fuck it is. Beast Force? Wild Force? I don't know. Whatever the current one is, I'm not watching it, unfortunately. Even though I did hear Billy's back, and also Zordon was in it recently. So I watched some clips, but I'm not in on the lore currently anyway. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Power Rangers, because there's still so many teams in the Lightning Collection they didn't complete. Tanner with a super chat. Thank you very much, Tanner. Let's see what he says.
Super chat 5,000 donated £5. The Omega Rangers are Jason, Zack and Trini going to space under the guise of the Peace Conference after a storyline in the comics.
Okay, thank you very much, Tanner. We appreciate the super chat and we appreciate the facts that you're dropping on us. He says the Omega Rangers are Jason, Zack and Trini, just as we expected, going to space under the guise in the new Peace Conference after a storyline in the comics. So you were bang on, Jay. Congratulations, you were bang on. Yeah, so as I was saying, very frustratingly, they didn't complete teams. Now, I'm a happy man because they completed my favourite teams, Zeo and Mighty Morphin. I didn't really go too far into the future. I got all of In Space. I think I've got most things associated with that. I got the Alien Rangers. I got the Psycho Rangers. And then I sort of dabbled. I basically got all of Dino Thunder as well because Jason's in that team, annoyingly, because I'm a proper mark. But I went for that, and then everything else I've stayed away from. But other people from different ages and different generations have different favourite teams that were never completed. Greg Finstad in the chat is saying we need Ninja Storm. And I'm sure there's others. Mystic Force is another one, Dominique says. So, yeah, in regards to Power Rangers, how do you feel about it going on ice? Does it affect you as a collector at all? And then what do you think it affects the community in any way?
Me as a collector, no, it doesn't affect, because I stopped collecting Lightning Collection a few years ago and sold it and moved on to Super 7 instead. But I can understand the absolute frustration of the community at large if there's all these teams you want that are half completed, because that would drive me absolutely nuts. Yeah. The fact that they've started some teams and haven't finished them. I wouldn't be too bad, I don't think, if they never even started a team, because they didn't give me hope, but they've given me hope they're going to finish a team and they don't do it. That would be very frustrating. I know Thundercats fans have felt that for years because Mattel never finished the original team in the Thundercats line a few years ago. So they're happy that Super 7 took over. So I'm guessing Power Rangers is a license. It's gone through a few people. Disney owned it at one point.
Yeah, Saban got it back
with Saban. Yeah. So it just, I don't know. It's just a thing. Maybe it just doesn't sell as well as you say. As we think, and it's the media it needs to drive it.
Yeah, just think the toy community and like toy YouTube channels and whatever. We're in a bubble. Like we assume, because we're looking online every day and we're following all the right social media accounts, like we assume that everyone's talking about all this stuff, but the reality is we're just a small niche in a small bubble, and the big wide world out there really don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, at the end of the day, Power Rangers is a it's known pop culturally, but how many of those people are actually collecting figures? Do you know, like, clearly not as lot. Yeah. Otherwise, Hasbro would, because the reality is, if Hasbro were making good money from Power Rangers, they would still give us more Power Rangers. So the fact that they're slowing down means that clearly the figures ain't there for them or something. Again, we're just assuming. We don't know nothing.
Because even with the Mighty Morphin, they could have got, like, they haven't done, what was it, Babu and Squat, is it?
Don't get me started, right?
Other things.
You mentioned
Bulk and Skull.
Yeah, you just, exactly. What you were talking about, when you mentioned Super 7, my brain went straight there. So here it is for the chat to see. So Jay just mentioned that Super 7, he's gone into the Super 7 line. Something that he's going to be able to add to his collection that we definitely can't is the first ever time in plastic representation is Bulk and Skull. And when I look at this picture, I already hear the do you know that stupid fucking theme tune they've got? I can hear it in my head. I know it's Super 7. I know people have their criticism of Super 7. But I still think it's really cool that as Bulk and Skull actually exists here. Are you happy with this?
I am so happy with this. I've wanted them for so long, especially Bulk there. That could be a custom made. Just add a beard and off we go, I think, there. But yeah, so first things first, they look amazing. They're probably not going to look this good in person, so the face sculpts won't probably live up to the renders. I've learned that over the years with my Super 7 human likenesses. Monsters, they look great, but humans, they do struggle with. So we'll see what they actually come out with. But I'm just excited we're finally going to get them in figure forms, because even within the comics, they're still in the comics and everything. So it's great to...
These two were in it for ages. Like, especially Bulk. He was in it for multiple... He went past the Zordon era. I think they even went to space and worked in, like, a cantina on the spaceship or something like that. Like, they've been around for a while. So they are definitely worthy of their action figure form. And like you were alluding to, we never finished Rita's team, for in Lightning Collection. Like, I wanted it. Do you know the skeleton, the Rito Revolter, her brother, isn't it? That character design is so toyetic, that half camouflage skeleton. Like, so I missed him. We didn't get the Squeak and whatever the other two are, the big blue guy. Can't remember their name. See, I don't know who the fuck they're called. Bop and Squat.
It's Babu and Squat. I think
but you know them. They're in your brain. They're part of the crew. So I was annoyed that Lightning Collection didn't finish that. Lightning Collection got to 7 Mighty Morphin monsters, plus Rita and Lord Zed. You got Goldar. They did Finster. They did okay, but there were still gaps they could have filled. And I think, Jay, I'm going to get, even though these are not going to scale with Lightning Collection at all, they're not going to scale, let's be honest. I think I'm still going to get, like, these two. How can I not get Bulk and Skull? Like, they're synonymous with Power Rangers. I feel like I have to.
You'll have to keep a mint on card or backtrack and get the rest of it. There's only been one wave release so far with Super 7 over here in the UK. Wave 2's just hitting, so you never know. They might even get reduced. You might be able to get a Super 7 little shelf. But of course, Super 7 at the moment are cancelling pre-orders all over the place if they don't get enough orders in. So I've been trying to wait for the sale on Super 7, but I think I'm going to have to pre-order these just to try and bulk the numbers up so they don't cancel the bloody things. So Brian, funny if you're listening, son, don't cancel them and get your paintbrush out. Bulk
them up. I see what you did there. Yeah, I'm very, like, I know it's Super 7 doing human characters. I know people are going to have their thoughts on that, and I know a lot of those thoughts ain't exactly going to be ecstatic. However, for me, as I always say, it's about world building, having that representation on the shelf, and I think characters like Bulk and Skull are worthy of some plastic representation on the shelf. So I think I probably will get these two and just sit on right at the back, just so they're there. I know they're there, but yeah, they're not going to fit in with Lightning Collection, annoyingly. Rich says, poor Whoopi Goldberg, who will serve, Jean, I can't read those names. What's the name? Jean Luce in early grey now?
Jean-Luc Picard. I think that's about the length of my Star Trek knowledge.
See, I knew I wouldn't be able to read that properly. Yeah, sad times. But Bulk and Skull. So there you go. That's not Hasbro. That's some recent Super 7 news. But still, we were talking Power Rangers, so it's relevant. It makes sense. Okay, so let's get into some... Let me close some of these tabs then, because I've got loads of tabs. Close some of these. Don't want any more crashes. Do we, Jay? We've already had enough stress as it is. Right, let's go back to... PulseCon.
The replay crew will never understand the stress that was, or the exclusive first 15 minutes when Dan and me were just talking to ourselves, having a lovely show.
We did a good job.
I think we're live.
We did a good job at replicating replicating. Do you know what? When I realised the show wasn't live, because I realised you were muted for about a minute and no one said shit. And usually the chat are on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're muted. Because no one said shit, I was like, why is no one saying that he was muted? And then I realised we're not fucking live. Right, back to PulseCon. So let's get into some actual wants then. Okay, so the floor is yours, Jay. And the chat, please answer this question as well. And we will come back and read some suggestions from the chat. What do you want to see? Like, just selfishly for you, like, just for you and your collections, out of the brands that Hasbro currently control and might be revealing some product for, do you have any predictions or some wants for yourself, selfishly, for what you want to see?
Yeah, I'll start with Marvel Legends then, and let's just go with what I want to see. So I'm going to consult the phone here because I had a quick scribble before we went live. So Fantastic Four is something we are severely lacking in terms of villains. So I want some Fantastic Four villains. The examples I've written here, I want Puppet Master because I remember him from the 90s animation, like absolutely loads. I want a Puppet Master. We need the Little Impossible Man. We've not had an Impossible Man since a pack-in in one of the Toy Biz Fantastic Four line days, I think, and we've never had an official Marvel Legend of the Impossible Man, so he's got to be on there. Blastar, he needs to be done because he hasn't been seen since the Thanos and Terry box set years ago. Yeah. He's really expensive on the aftermarket. He's been in the want list for years. An updated Mole Man. I've pulled him out for the sale pile because we've surely got to get a Mole Man. Then we need Moloids. Let's have a Mole Monster. I'm sure the chat can help me out with more, but like Fantastic Wizard, yeah. We are lacking in Fantastic Four villains, so that is my number one want for PulseCon is Fantastic Four villains.
Now retro cards are back. They did do 10 figures on that Fantastic Four retro card, but there's no reason they can't go. The actual original line did like 4 waves, so there are plenty of characters, and some of them that you mentioned, that were released on that retro card back in the day. So there's a prime opportunity for like single, because sometimes they don't have to commit to a full wave of figures when they just whack a character on one of the retro cards, as you can just throw it out as an online exclusive or whatever, or a retail, whatever it's called, fan channel exclusive. So I wouldn't be mad at that. Would not be mad at that. Any of those characters I'd like to add to the shelf. I never got Blastar as well, because I know he's in that Imperium Thanos box set from San Diego. Didn't get that myself. Also, Mole Man, one of the first Marvel villains, full stop, period. Do you know what I mean? So we need him.
He is technically the first, the first of the modern Marvel era, from when Stan Lee made like the superhero comics. He was the Fantastic Four issue #1. So come on, Hasbro, give us some. Some Fantastic Four.
Let's stay in the world of Marvel then for a second before we move on to something else. And I'm going to throw out there, I think it's very likely we're going to end up seeing the Spider-Man wave revealed. Now, I know Hasbro haven't officially said anything, and I know it's been on Rectangular's list all year, but they did start showing some teasers at San Diego Comic-Con of Doctor Strange's box, that little mystical box they used to trap the villains, and also Doc Ock's
not the
tentacle.
Jet engine you originally
not the jet engine.
Not the jet engine.
Me and Rich were just we knew what it was really. We were just trying to, just for the sake of conversation, suggesting other options. That's all that was. But yeah, so I think we're going to see some figures from Spider-Man. I really do. I reckon it's a Build-A-Figure wave. Is Doc Ock the Build-A-Figure? Maybe. I know some people are saying he may be a single packed exclusive as well as a deluxe. I'm fine with that because it means we get another character as the Build-A-Figure. Either way, I want those unmasked heads. If Hasbro don't give us those unmasked heads, people, it doesn't matter what they show us in that wave. The figures could be great. Could be packed with great accessories. But if the unmasked heads are not there, that is the only thing people will focus on. Especially, not so much Tom Holland, because we have plenty of them. But I think in the Legends world, we need a Tobey Maguire and an Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker head sculpt. And if those Spider-Man figures in the sets are civilian characters, people are going to start backtracking real quick on that Hasbro free pack.
Including me, because I cancelled the free pack.
Yeah, people assumed that because of this leaked list from Rectangular, a lot of people held back on that free pack. It was expensive. But again, if they throw a curveball here and give us civilian versions of Peter Parker's, people are going to want to backtrack on that. Probably not. To be honest. It's more in Hasbro's wheelhouse just to re-release those free figures from that free pack, single packs. That's probably more likely what Hasbro would do, let's be honest. But it would be nice to see some civilian versions of Peter Parker and some of the villains as well. So that's where my mind goes. But if we're sort of daydreaming, staying in the world of Fantastic Four, Dan Yoon has already sort of heavily teased to us we're going to see those that newer Fantastic Four costume again that we got with Valeria and Franklin. So maybe they could show us some digital renders of the Spider-Man and Wolverine in those Fantastic Four outfits. I'm assuming that's going to be a 2-pack later next year for Wolverine's anniversary. Again, that's probably going to have lots of product. They do start showing stuff for next year around about now. So we've got PulseCon, Toy Fair, but I don't think Hasbro are attending Toy Fair. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're attending there. So we're not really going to get any reveals at Toy Fair this year. It's just not the right time for these bigger companies. So I doubt we're going to see anything at Toy Fair. But there is New York Comic Con at the beginning of October, and also MCM. So there's still 3 places where they can start revealing stuff for next year. Remember, at MCM last October, they revealed Gamora, or they showed Gamora as a digital render. We didn't get her until this month. Do you know what I mean? So they do show stuff around about now that isn't due until 2024. So, MCU Spider-Man Wave is my prediction. And also I want. Something I do want to. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. I've been waiting for that wave all year because I cut the MCU down to literally one shelf. And there's a little gap on it waiting purely for stuff from Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I cancelled the 3-pack thinking I think they'll just re-release them with the Unmasked.
It is more likely. It is more likely.
It's more likely, so I'll just cancel. But now I'm just getting the FOMO going. Oh, what if they don't? What if they're in lab coats and Toby's in his
because
civilian
I've got
side?
that 3-pack. No. That's what I want. I want a lab coat, civilian Peter. Because we've just got Talos with that civilian body, completely pinless. You could put a Tobey Maguire head on there, repaint the shirt, and that'll work.
Yeah, and then they've shown Doc Ock's tentacle, haven't they? That was again one of the teasers you were saying. So I'm thinking that's probably the deluxe release because those got to be bendy wire tentacles again, the same as we had on bendy wire on the animated version of Doc Ock. So I think we'll get bendy wire tentacles. So that'll be a deluxe for me. And then your build a figure is, I can't fully remember what was on Rectangular's list. So it's going to be Electro or Sandman. It's probably going to be Sandman, I would guess would be the.
I think MJ was on that list. Matt Murdock was on that list. Would be nice. We have already got a Matt Murdock head sculpt in the Legends line. It was in that that rail set pack. That's the only way to get Colleen Wing, Danny Rand, and that Matt Murdock head sculpt. It's the only way. That pack goes for crazy money after. I've still got one mint on card. I never opened it. And I should.
Let's say I sold a Danny Rand for about half a Mondo.
That's mad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
So that pack must be I'd get that sold.
The thing is, because I love the MCU and I know it's got Colin Wing and Danny Rand, which, let's be honest, probably ain't going to get a re-release again. I don't want to sell it, but I know it would go for mad money. But yeah, we shall see. So that's in the world of Marvel Legends. Then that's where our brain goes. Let's skim through these rest ones, Jay, because I want to go to Dan Who Extra as well. So anything from Star Wars you want to see?
Anything from Star Wars I want to see? I would like to see some more characters in the vintage collection from Return of the Jedi. So I'm trying to fill out. I've got the Boba Fett's throne room, but I'm going to be using it as Jabba's palace. So I want to fill that out with as many characters as we can. And I think Kurt Kay told me there's about 90 odd characters in that scene. So we've got to get some more. So background aliens is what I would like to see from the vintage collection. In terms of Black Series, I'm almost there for Black Series. I'll take basically anything we're missing from the original trilogy. That's me for Black Series. That's what I'm trying to focus on now. We might see some more stuff from Ahsoka probably. They've done the one wave, but maybe there'll be a few more bits from Ahsoka to come out.
You're watching Ahsoka? Do you like Ahsoka?
I'm waiting to box set it. I'm hearing Episode 5 was one of the best bits of Star Wars in recent years. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm trying to wait till I can watch it all at once. So I'm doing okay. I'm spoiler-free so far, so I've impressed myself there.
I've also not seen it, but I haven't seen Andor, I haven't seen Obi-Wan, like I'm way behind. I haven't even seen the end of Mandalorian Season 2, so like when it comes to Star Wars, I just haven't got that itch at the minute. I will eventually watch it, but like I feel like with Ahsoka, I wouldn't enjoy it to its full potential because I'm not going to get it as much as the people that have enjoyed Rebels and Clone Wars. So like, I don't like it when I know I'm not going to enjoy it to its full potential, if you know what I mean. I'm sure on a base level I could still enjoy it for what it is, but I like catching all those Easter eggs and stuff, and without seeing those shows, I'm not going to know that stuff. So Yeah, I don't know. I'll backtrack eventually. But all right, let's move on to these three here. So we've already spoke about Power Rangers. That's going on ice. So we're not seeing anything from Power Rangers. That we already know that's a given. But if I was daydreaming, finish off Turbo, and then I really have got all of the Zordon era. But that ain't happening. Transformers again, I'm happy with. Can't really speak on that. And then G.I. Joe. Just keep giving me new characters, especially Joes. I've got so many army builders now with Cobra. Just keep giving me Joes, brand new, unique Joes. I want Junkyard and what is he called? The Doberman. I want him. I want that to go up for pre-order. We've seen it at PulseCon.
Mutt and Junkyard.
There you go.
Fantastic. That got dropped live during Joe's and Juice.
Yes,
didn't it,
that jumped to the top of my want list. There's also another one with a. I can't remember what it is. Is it Law and Order? Law and Order. He's got.
Law and Order. Yeah.
He's got. Is it a German Shepherd? I think it's a German Shepherd.
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's German
So
Shepherd, yeah.
I like those sets. I don't know why. I guess now I've got my own dog. That's why I've gravitate towards these dog sets. So that's what I want to see. And also I want to see the vamp. I want to see how it scales with a figure, how it looks, how it moves. So hopefully they show an actual vamp and we get an idea on price point. Hopefully it's the Kiara exclusive price point, but time will tell. So in regards for you on these, any wants, needs, requirements?
Well, of what we've seen, because the way they've been doing it with Joe's is they give us the digital renders, they give us the name-only teasers, and then we're finally going to be seeing them. So hopefully, Big Boa. We hadn't even seen Big Boa yet, have we, in person? So let's hopefully a full Big Boa will be there, up for pre-order, boxing gloves and all. Can't wait for Big Boa. Also, maybe we'll see some of Dreadnought, so Buzzer and Ripper that was shown previously at SDCC. Maybe we'll get them in like actual plastic forms, and that would be good to see. And again, as you say, any new character really, because G.I. Joe is a line I've been sort of learning as I go. Watch the old Zumbo cartoon, and they've done like a lot of the main characters from that, but maybe something from the movie. So the G.I. Joe animated movie back in the 80s had quite some unique designs in it, let's say, with Cobra Eel and all the characters from there.
Shout out Bring Toys to Work. I know that's like his dream sort of thing right now, is to complete the Cobra in 6-inch form.
Yes, that would be fantastic to see if they could drop some. I suppose it might be name only though, because that's the way they're doing it. So I haven't seen a lot of leaks for G.I. Joe. Marvel potentially may have leaked. We'll find out for next year. But G.I. Joe seems to be under wraps from what I could see.
Yeah, the only leaks that are sort of coming out from Joe are the figures getting not re-released, but released much earlier overseas. Some of them are not due until like April or March of 24, but they're being seen overseas right now. So that's the only sort of thing happening there. Quinn comments in the chat, just jumping on a few comments. He said the Spider-Man Carnage and Doc Ock Art made 2 packs with the VHS sets are no longer exclusive to Pulse. I just solicited them today through my distributor. Yeah, I'm assuming with some of the, especially those, they were originally like a Disney Store shared exclusive. So I think after a certain time, they get opened up to wider distribution, but I think for maybe the first 6 months of solicitation they're exclusive, and then it gets opened up. Maybe I could be wrong, but it seems to be what's happening. He also says a G.I. Joe, Aladdin and Abu. Now I don't think that's a real thing, but I'd buy it as long as he comes with a little gold lamp accessory piece, and we'd all know
that would make the missus happy. She'd love Abu. That's her favourite monkey of all the cheeky monkeys.
Yeah, there you go. Bring Toys to Work in the chat. As soon as I mentioned Cobra La, he knew. He says he will pass out if they say any of the Cobra La characters, especially Nemesis, Enforcer, and Pythona and Nemesis Enforcer, says Dom as well. There we go. So Mike Hex says he wants sci-fi. There you go. Antonio Banks says my Mondo Wolverine came today. You must have seen your Wondos at the back there, Jay.
So there's Wolverine box there, the other way.
There it is.
There's not much art on the Wolverine one, but Jubilee and Magneto, they updated the art to give you that really cool art on there. So can't go wrong with your Mondos. They are absolutely fantastic. They're a bit pricey, but you could have a giant man for a same price as one. So double your inches if you want double your inches. Who doesn't want double their inches? Filth as ever.
Right, I'm just skimming through, but I think in regards to most of the main line, that's about it. Now I do want to go across to Dan Who Extra. I was just sort of delaying a little bit because I know we were late. Amanda doesn't even know. Amanda! Yeah. I had Streamlab issues. I didn't even get on till like 10 to the fucking 9. I know, shit times. Amanda doesn't care. She doesn't care. Right. Do I have any other tabs to show? No, I think we're good. So that's about it for here then, people. We're going to move over to Dan Who Extra. So, yeah, PulseCon. Next Saturday, I was about to say Saturday. It's Friday, isn't it? Next Friday. So
Friday timed very well for my live stream next Friday.
There you go. See, so next week, people, I won't be here, but Jay will be here recapping all the reveals from PulseCon on his YouTube channel. So please, if you watch this show, then you will absolutely like Jay's show. And are you going to get any familiar faces pop up as guests? Some people to talk with
I'm sure one or two will want to come and join me and Cheeky Monkey as we discuss all things PulseCon. I think it starts at 4 o'clock UK time. So yeah, 11 a.m. is
in Crete. How many hours in the future am I in Crete? Let me have a little look on my phone.
Two, I would think you're about two
Greece.
ahead.
Yeah, it's Greece. I think it is two. I'll put it in my phone. It is. Oh, where's it gone? I had it in my phone. Amanda, is it 2 hours? Oh, I put it in my weather app because I was checking the weather. Not in my watch app. Okay. Yes, it is.
Work on that tan.
It's 2 hours in the future. So if it's at 4 for the UK, it's going to be at 6 for me. So that's prime time, dinner time, and cocktail hour, isn't it? I'm going to be like, Amanda's going to want to have a romantic meal, and I'm going to be like, anyone got the pulse? I'm going to be asking them to turn the football off. Anyone got the pulse? How's my pulse stream on? Anyone? I doubt that.
I can imagine
in a bar
with all the rowdy football guys. Sorry, lads, can we just have this off? Just need to see some Hasbro releases.
Don't need to see it. They're about to reveal some Joes. Come on now. Imagine if I actually bump into a big crowd of big collectors and actually get the whole bar involved and watch that. Doubt that will happen. I'm not even that sociable. Wouldn't even speak to anyone. Just give me my drinks and I'm a happy man. Right, so PulseCon next week. I won't be here, but follow Jay. Again, links in the description for Jay. You already know this guy. Follow him. Find him there. And I'll be back to review, see if I was right with any of these predictions the week after. So my stream, I'm back. The next time I'm back... I'm only away for a week, but it just feels like longer because it's going to be 2 weeks today. So the 28th, I'll be back. And then on the 1st, we're having like a mini UK meetup at NEC Toy Fair, right? So you're going to be there. Kiara's going to be there signing autographs. I'm going to get Kiara's autograph for sure. So I'll be there. You'll be there. Rich will be there for the very first time. Like Phil Jones is going to be there. Hill Phones himself is going to be there. So this is going to be a good time. So that's on the 1st of October at the NEC. So if you are in the UK and you want to come to the UK's biggest toy fair, we're going to be at NEC on the 1st of October for a little pre-meet-up and walk-around. Like literally, we walk around the whole thing just looking at toys. What can we say? It's a perfect place for a meet-up. Perfect place. So we'll do that.
It's a fun little show. There's always there actually is quite a lot of toys there. It's not just trains and cars. There actually is some classic toys to be had there. So I'm sure Rich will be looking for some classic Star Trek that he sent us on a search for before there.
And last time we wandered around, we seen Adam Batman Moran. That's why when we bumped into him and pulled him into the community, we're like, "Oi, stop walking around here on your own. Come get involved with us." So thank you to Adam for saying hello to us. Otherwise, we would just walk past the guy. So thank you, Adam.
And Dan can bring me a nice little delivery of some Turtles and some McFarlane Batman when you come there.
That's true. I won't forget. I have a pile of Jay.
Stash.
I've got a pile of loot for Jay. Rich M says, "Is there a bar?" It's right next to Resorts World, so we were in walking distance from several bars. We've got food places as well, cocktail places. There's like a Miller and Carter. There's a TGI's, Pizza Express. There's some fancy posh bar. There's a casino. Does anyone like betting? I bet Phil Jones likes to bet. Me and Phil Jones. Do you want to go and drop some money on the roulette? See if we can win some money to spend. There's bowling. There's an arcade. There's Guanas. There's ZZ's. There's a Five Guys. There's a little Japanese restaurant. There's a bowling alley. There's loads of stuff. It's Resorts World in Birmingham. So yes, there'll be places to drink. Collecting Rush says, how much do the tickets to MCM run? I've printed mine off. My Saturday premium ticket, well, not premium, it's called Priority.
35 was it?
Yeah,
for Priority, I think.
£36 for the ticket, a £1.50 service charge, and then I got charged £5 delivery. So mine cost £43 in total. Yeah. So, and it says they're going to post them, but I haven't had anything in the post yet. Have you had any tickets in the post?
No, not yet. I think they're going to post them much closer to the event. At least you haven't got to get a coach at 4 a.m. in the morning to get there.
That's
That'll be
true.
my Cheeky Monkey's travel vlog. Will be starting at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I haven't decided how I'm going. When is the date for MCM? Anyone keeping the date for MCM is, it doesn't even say on here. It just says Saturday.
27th, 28th of October, whatever the Saturday is on that.
Okay, yeah, so 28th. Saturday is the 28th. So Saturday the 28th is the big meet up in MCM as well. But I think I may go down on the Friday as well. I'm not too sure. I haven't figured out my travel plans yet. I haven't got the day off work yet either. So definitely there on the Saturday, maybe the Friday. But yeah, it's good to have some UK meetups because I feel like for years it was just us on virtually online. So now I like to see people's legs. People do have legs in this toy community. So we're going to see. There you go, people in the chat. Right, let's get out of here. If you are sticking around with us, we are going to head over to Dan Who Extra, okay? So if you're on the channel membership at the Who Crew tier or above, we continue this conversation over at Dan Who Extra. The pinned link is in the chat, and it's also in the comments of this video. Go over there now. You don't have to jump on live if you don't want to, but you can still get involved in the chat. But if you are here and you want to jump on the chat with me and Jay, come and join us for half an hour and give us your predictions or some of your wants for more PulseCon chat. That's where we're going to go. Until then, Jay, thank you very much for jumping in as the super substitute. Where can the people find you online?
You can find me online at Jays_Toy Collection UK on YouTube and Instagram for such videos as Counting Toys, piles of Todd McFarlane, and next week I will be live around 9 p.m. UK time next Friday after PulseCon. PulseCon might still be going on, but we will try and live stream it there, so you can see me next Friday. Probably can't go live tomorrow because I've got to help my sister move house this weekend. But I will be having a delivery apparently of Snake Mountain, so I've got to try and film a Snake Mountain video as well. So that's all to come over at Jay's Toy Collection UK. I might even have to cut a shelf because I don't think Snake Mountain is going to fit. So you might see me with a saw if you stick around this weekend.
You need to cut those bits off in your other bit as well. What is it? The wardrobe bit. Do you know those little bits that need coming off?
Yeah.
You need to do that. There you go. Jay's Toys Collection UK. He has updated his profile now because he collects more than just 6-inch, right? He promised that for a long time, but he was a liar. He was lying to us all. Yes, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And while I'm on YouTube, please go and check out the Disney Plus wave. Again, if I weren't going on holiday, I would have been getting Marvel Knights on there straight away, but fucking holidays, what can I do? So go and support these videos instead. And massive thank you to Legendsverse as well. I know some people find ads annoying and stuff like that, but it genuinely, he sponsored the videos. It helps the channel grow. It helps me continue to do what I love doing. So yeah, please go and check out the website. And it made sense, let's be honest. It's a Marvel Legends website dedicated to organising your Marvel Legends collection on a channel talking about Marvel Legends. It weren't like I was talking about wooden jigsaws, which is a sponsorship I turned down, by the way. So I think it's a sponsorship that you all can get behind. So please go and check out legendsverse.com. Links are in the description. Yeah, go and check out the reviews. Go and support Jay. All of that good stuff. I'm going to have a good holiday, I hope. And I'll be back. Oh, that's just me. I'll be back at the end of the month. But if you want one last conversation with me, come over to Dan Who Extra. I've got an end screen. We're going to get out of here. I think I need to press this button. There we go. There we go. Let me turn that down. There you go. So I got 16 seconds. Quick, give them a word of the day while I dance to the music.
I think we're going to have a fancy one. I don't really know how to spell it. Let's go for technical.
Technical. There you go. We definitely had technical issues on today's stream.